Tomorrow values are no more evident in the report on page 5 of Scotland's Market, in which the Economic Development Minister, 𝓚𝓸𝓵𝓪𝓬, asked that we have...
Hi everyone, welcome to Lois's office. We're here at the 𝓚𝓸𝓲𝓼 𝓟𝓸𝓵𝓪𝓬 gallery and I'm in Lois's room. We're in room number 4 today, and in Lois's room she's writing a few letters to the editor. Something she was pretty passionate about was preserving and looking after our environment. How more important could that be in Kalgoorlie? We today take a lot of things for granted, but it wasn't always that way, and things could be very different now if it wasn't for the eco warriors that were around in Lois's day. I'm just going to give you a little tour in Lois's room. She has a tiny little room here, but it is quite impactful, and lots of people have actually commented on Lois's room being one of their favourites. So when you come in here, you get to listen to a letter that Lois has written to the editor, and she's mid-writing one here to the Minister, the Department of Conservation as well. So as you can see, Lois was very much around in the 80s. We've taken an 80s vibe here. That was when she did all her eco-warrior days. She had a lifelong passion and respect for the environment and nature and dedicated years to its protection. So some of the things that she was involved with, she worked with the dump group and GASP. So she was working against moving the smelters out of town. Back in the 80s, there were actually smelters in town that were pumping out lots of sulfur dioxide. Not cool. If anybody remembers those days, there was actually a lot of pollution around, a lot of health issues because of it, and the team that Lois worked with helped to move them out of town, and she also helped to keep radioactive waste dumps away from Kalgoorlie, away from our beautiful land. So Lois was actually a bit of a tricky one to find some information on, because what we've done here, very much part of what 𝓚𝓸𝓼 Women is about. Lois did a lot of work, but she wasn't the chair, she wasn't the president, she wasn't the one right in the public face. She was the secretary of lots of things, and she helped behind the scenes a lot. And as you know, lots of those women do go by unrecognised. They choose to be unrecognised, but we're here to shine the spotlight on that it takes all women to make these things happen. So let's have a look at her artwork. We've got one here from 𝓚𝓸𝓲𝓼. This is gorgeous. Lots of texture in here. We're all pretty familiar in the Goldfields with M if you're local at the moment. A passionate heart. There's oil paint and mixed media in there. Lois actually helped with to publish some books and worked with the Naturalists Club a lot. She was big in the Naturalists Club, and they did some bird surveying and some books. This one here that we've already looked at is a 𝓚𝓸𝓲𝓼 titled Not on My Watch. Bit of an eco warrior there, because we kept getting told how much of a warrior she was. Up above, some more birds. This eagle is incredible, by 𝓚𝓸𝓵𝓪𝓬. Adds quite a presence to the room in here, in Lois's room. And Lois's favourite flower was the 𝓚𝓸𝓵𝓪𝓬. How beautiful is this one by Carol Thompson? This one is quite a favourite on the auction sheet. We'll have a look at that shortly. Here we go. This is about the eagle soaring high. Lois petitioned to stop the removal of old power poles, which were the favoured nesting site for our local raptors. Now this one here, orange spot, that means we sold it in our live auction. This whole room, anything sold in here, raises funds for 𝓚𝓵𝓪𝓬, which Lois was a part of the early days of the formation of the dust abatement group, which turned into 𝓚𝓵𝓬. So she was around those sort of early days. This here, look at this is amazing. we sent off some nice local bits and pieces here of the local flora. And Megan Gardner has put together this piece for Lois, the bush warrior. Absolutely gorgeous. It is a tiny little piece, but beautiful, raising some funds for 𝓚𝓵𝓵𝓪𝓬. Then we have here, we had to include a 𝓚𝓸𝓵𝓪𝓬 for this one because her little birds that she does in watercolour are gorgeous. Let's get rid of the reflection. Here's a little blue wren. A gorgeous little bird there. So I think that's all the artworks in here. Funky little room, this one. A step back into the 80s. Other things that are also on the auction list. We have a working transcriber, if that brings back your memory days of being a secretary or administrator. A typewriter. An old address keeper. And a retro telephone. So let's have a look at this auction list, what we've got in here. As you can see there, 𝓚𝓵𝓵𝓪𝓬 auction finishes on Sunday the 2nd, so get your bids in before 2 p.m. And this is where we are up to, gosh, 𝓚𝓸𝓲𝓼 is up to $500. That's our most popular one in this room. The Eagle is up to $400. The working transcriber is up for grabs still. The typewriter and the Rolodex have some money on it already. And everything else has some bids on. So if you're interested in any of the artworks in this room, send yourself in, somebody from Kalgoorlie, or pop in yourself. Get your bids on before Sunday at 2 p.m. If you absolutely don't know anybody in Kalgoorlie, drop us a line and we'll see what we can do. So that's Lois's room. I hope you enjoyed your little 80s eco warrior experience today.